Hey, welcome to the Birth Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Jody Congdon, and today we're going to talk about community and also the lack of community. I'm definitely a connector. I love being with other people, whether it's live or virtual. Obviously, I love being together with people like actually in the same room, but it's not always possible. And part of it is I think at this point in my career, I've made so many connections with people nationwide and actually globally that, if we didn't get together and if we didn't, sort of form these groups and communities online, we probably would never get the chance, or very few and far between get the chance to be together. So this is something that I've kind of been thinking about over the last year, probably even a little bit longer. What I need from community and what I can't find, out there that I think really suits me or sort of serves my purpose for wanting to be part of something. And the more I thought about it, the more I really realized that I couldn't find it. I couldn't find a community that I thought I could bring a lot to the table, but also get a lot out of it. And probably a lot of you who are listening agree that, especially in the doula community, once you get to a certain place in your business or, a certain level of being established, it's hard to find a group of people that are in the same place. It always seems to be that I'm the person who, someone wants to pick my brain or ask me questions. And it's rare that I'm able to seek someone out and feel like I have a lot to learn from them. And so that kind of sparked this idea for me. And, always if I can't find something that I like, I will try to create it for myself. And that is exactly what I did. I've spent the last probably year brainstorming, creating, putting together a new community, and it is called Birth Boss Society. And there's a lot of communities out there, I know, and I definitely don't think that it's a saturated market. I don't think that the community, that I'm looking for is out there. So is it perfect for me? Yes. Obviously, I would create something that was pretty perfect for me. But I also felt like there was a lot of people out there that it would also be perfect for. And, in some of the conversations that I have with, colleagues, they're looking for similar things that I am. We're in similar places in our business. Our goals and wants are pretty similar. So when building this community, obviously didn't have just myself in mind. I had a lot of my colleagues too. And there's a good range of, the people that I sort of, the circle that I run with, where they are in their business, but it all kind of starts at this 6-figure mark. So the doulas that, I sort of brainstorm with and, kind of are in these accountability, groups are doulas that are at least established and, pretty busy in their practice. And that was the baseline for this community. So Birth Boss Society is really focused on the 6 to multi-6-figure doula who's looking to scale even bigger. And there's definitely a lot of, groups and communities out there that focus on doulas just starting and really early in their careers. And this is definitely not that. There is nothing about, how to get a client or basic marketing. It really starts at this, kind of higher level. And, I want to focus a lot on building business, but I also want to focus a lot on building yourself as a business owner, as a CEO. And that's really important. That's the part that we forget a lot, right? We focus on just building the business and we sort of lose ourselves in what that means as the owner, as the person who runs it. And that could be, anything from self-care to, time freedom, time spent with family. It could, focus a lot on finances. It could also focus on, your owner's intent. And that sometimes leads to, what is your exit strategy? Like, what are you looking to get out of this business? And sort of when are you looking to either exit or evolve it into something that doesn't really require you, at all, or very little of you. So there's so much to be said about the business owner, growing into that role simultaneously, growing your business. And that's really important. So, the part of the community is definitely, we're going to have expert speakers every month. And I love that. As much as I love to lead and talk and teach and support and all of that stuff, obviously not everything is my expertise. So it was important to me to have a really well-rounded community and hear from other people. So, things like why, it's beneficial to file as an S corp. What should be in your contract when you are a bigger business? Branding, on a grander scale, high ticket offers, right? Passive income, we love that. Things like profit first. So how to organize your finances. Powerful collaboration. So taking networking and really stepping it up quite a bit. Those are some of the things that, I kind of thought of off the bat. And again, they're always things that I feel like I can't find, or at some point I needed, and things that I always love to know more about. And another reason why it was really important for me to, create and design this community, the financial freedom piece. So I want established business owners to learn how to grow, their business without overextending themselves, right? So having financial freedom, but also I want that to come with time freedom. Flexibility to sort of design your business so it adapts to your lifestyle. So it works more for you than you work for it. You want to be able to have this business that is easily scalable without sacrificing your precious time. And that's really important. I say this and it honestly, it makes me want to cry, but in a very joyous way. If you lose money, you can get it back. You can make it back. It's not always easy, but it's definitely doable. If you lose time, you don't get that back. You never get that back. You cannot ever recreate those lost moments. And I feel like that feels like something that's this profound statement. But when I think back to, sort of the last probably 10 years when I really started going full force and growing my business, at that point, my oldest is 17. So I only had, one daughter. Now I have 3. But I honestly feel like when I look back, I don't regret I didn't miss any time that I wanted to spend with them, or activities that we wanted to do, or really anything. I can't think of a time where I was like, I can't be there because, something work related. It was so important to me to build my business in a way that was so flexible that I was always able to get all the work done, but still be available for whatever else in my life, whoever else, needed me. And I think that is something that we all seek out, but have a hard time figuring out. And that's an important part of this community. That is a huge part of this, finding that flexibility and finding that freedom. And, I built it for the doula, the birth professional that, hustles and is really self-motivated and focused on making a huge impact in the community, and is pretty maxed out with their current model. That's, the big marker. What's the next step? Learning how to work smarter and be able to max your income without sacrificing your time. So you're at a point where you've built this, pretty successful practice. You definitely are starting to, if not already, stand out in your community. But what's next? What do next steps look like? And a really important part of this community, which, I hold super near and dear because it's me. It's for agency owners. There aren't any that I know of, besides Facebook groups, there aren't any communities for agency owners, and agency owners run a different kind of business. Our financials look different, our needs are different. So, the agency owner who's already built their team, they're rocking it, they're, going steady, growing, but they really want to scale. They want to use that agency as a foundation to really build the business of their dreams and create this legacy. And that is me inside and out. So I definitely want to make sure there is a huge part of this community that solely on the agency owners out there. I feel like I have a lot to offer, and I feel like they have a lot to offer everyone else in the community. So it's going to be, all the give and take that we just can't find in other places. So it kind of led me to figure out that I needed to have, multiple different membership tiers. So I kind of landed on 3. So there's a boss membership, and that's, kind of for the successful doula, independent doula who just needs to really work on strategy and figure out ways to become more profitable without, overextending themselves. And that is, a huge, huge chunk of our doula community. The next tier is your CEO membership. And that's for doulas who are really established. They're, making good profit. They have good visibility, but they really want to start running a practice that is easily scalable. They want to step it up as a leader and really set themselves apart from, the other doulas or the competition. And a lot of the people in the CEO membership will probably be the doulas that end up transforming into an agency model. That's kind of where their vision is. And then, of course, the last tier is for the agency owners, really focusing on scaling your business, building a highly profitable agency, and also kind of figuring out what your offers are going to be, whether they're, your current in-person offers, passive income, things like that, while maintaining incredible balance in your life and not being, overworked and not putting, the time in that feels like too much. So not still working, 50 hours in someone's home and then trying to continue to run their agency successfully. It really doesn't work. I know a lot of people who try it and they're just burning the candle at both ends. So definitely having a membership tier just for my agency owners. And so, kind of what it will look like inside, it's a Kajabi community, and there's lots of opportunities for, group chats or for one-on-one chats. We definitely, have an incredible lineup of expert speakers. I will be, coming on, and you will see my face every morning. You will hear from me every morning, whether it's just like a, hey, hope you have a great day, or if I have something profound to say. If I am challenging you guys to do something, it could be something different every day. I guess it really depends. If I'm super busy, it might just be a quick hi. But I will always be intentional about my morning messages. There is also a channel for SOS chats. So if you need something ASAP from your community, if a client challenges something on a contract, or, something happens in your business where you need quick answers, you will be able to get them in this community. There is an SOS chat channel. How phenomenal is that? I love that. I feel like I needed like a life SOS chat. If you are in the CEO or agency owner membership, you will have an opportunity to be highlighted in our member directory. So all of the members have access to the directory. But if you are in the CEO or owner, agency owner membership, you will have an opportunity to be listed in there. So it's perfect for someone who has a course or a training or a certification or something that will be continuing education for our members, in the topic of the perinatal community, whether it's something that they can add for a service or it's something to do, with business. You will definitely be able to highlight that, and it is exclusive to our community. So that is, you have a captive audience of people who, probably want or need that service. So you'll be listed, and then there's an opportunity to have a spotlight listing too. So, you'll be able to get in front of the community and kind of talk a little bit more about your offer or, what you're teaching, and then be able to answer questions. I feel like I love like the Q&A part of all of this. And we'll have challenges, we'll have giveaways and prizes. But really what I'm most excited about, well, there's two things, but the first thing I'm excited about is just the interactions that we're going to have, the engagement that we're going to be capable of. You can't do this on Facebook. You can't do this on Instagram. You can't do this on all these other, platforms that we have. You post something and you cross your fingers and you hope people read it, right? You hope they see it. But this will be direct engagement. You will be able to give to the community and get from the community. And that is like, I just can't wait. I just can't wait for that piece. It's what I've been looking for, and I think it's what we've all been looking for. So that's the first thing I'm super excited about. The second thing that I am super excited about, so within Birth Boss Society, there will be a Birth Boss CEO Summit, and you will have an exclusive invitation to that. It will be in April in Boston at this beautiful boutique, sophisticated, swanky hotel, which would be the adjectives that I would use to describe all the people in society. And it's going to be 2 days for the members, and then the third day is going to be a private day for agency owners. So again, this is going to be, 3 days of work, right? It's going to be, really focused and really intentional on what we're going to cover for, again, building your business and building yourself as a CEO. And who doesn't want to come to Boston in April? It's beautiful. So it'll be a chance to take our very interactive community live and in person. And that is, I feel like, is just going to tie it all together. It'll be an annual event that I foresee seeing the same faces every year as just members of this society. And I cannot wait. There will be... It opens November 1st, and there will be founding member pricing until 11/11. So lucky numbers 11/11. So you will have 11 days to get in and lock in at founding member pricing. And then it'll just be regular pricing from there on out. And you probably want to get on the wait list, get all the updates, be in the know about just founding member perks and sort of just revving everyone up, getting everyone excited. If you want to send me a DM on Instagram at Hip to Heart, definitely send me your email. I will make sure you are on the wait list. If you want to send me an email, you guys know I am Jodi, Jodi, at hiptoheart.com. Feel free to send an email, and that will put you on the email list. So you'll get lots of updates about everything else amazing that we're doing over here at Hip to Heart. So Birth Boss Society is coming. The community that you have been dreaming of is coming. And there's just something so special about being in a group of people that have the same vision as you. They're in the same place as you. And I love the definition of society. It's an organized group of people associated together for professional or social reasons, right? We'll be doing a lot of professional and social stuff in the community, and focused on building community, business, and self-care practice. All of those things. We want to build community. We want to build our businesses. And we also want to build ourselves as CEOs. So all three things, the trifecta, coming together harmoniously, is solely why I created and designed this community. So Birth Boss Society, get excited for it. It's coming November 1st. And like I said, get on the wait list. You will not be sorry. And if you have any questions, being on the wait list, you'll get lots of information in the next, coming weeks. But if you have specific questions for me, or if there's something that you definitely want to see in the community, I'd like to think that it's already in there before you see it. But maybe it's not. And, I always love to hear what, people need and what they still can't find. So Again, DM me or email me. I hope you guys have the best rest of your day.